enter the intriguing world of football's vanished stars as we uncover the stories of the top 10 footballers who disappeared overnight. Number 10. Mario Götze. Mario Götze's career trajectory is a cautionary tale of immense potential extinguished all too soon. At the tender age of 22, he etched his name into footballing folklore with a World Cup final winning volley, a moment of brilliance that promised a future draped in trophies and accolades. A record-breaking transfer to Bayern Munich solidified his status as the sport's next protege, a player destined to follow in the footsteps of fellow German star Toni Kroos. However, Götze's dream move turned into a nightmare. He struggled to adapt to Bayern's rigid tactics, his creativity stifled in a system demanding a different skill set. Injuries further hampered his progress, robbing him of momentum and confidence. Loan spells back at Borussia Dortmund and a stint with PSV Eindhoven offered fleeting glimpses of his old magic, but the spark that ignited the World Cup final seemed to have dimmed. Number 9. Adriano. Adriano's story is a tragic symphony of unfulfilled potential. Dubbed the heir to the legendary Ronaldo Nazario, Adriano possessed a talent that seemed destined for greatness. However, his career took a heart-wrenching turn after the sudden death of his father. Prior to this, Adriano was a force to be reckoned with. He tore through defenses, his goals a testament to his raw power and lethal finishing. Then, seemingly overnight, the Emperor vanished. The goals dried up, replaced by a palpable loss of passion and focus. Loan spells became a revolving door, a stark contrast to the dominant striker who once commanded respect. The weight of his father's passing is believed to have been a major factor in Adriano's decline. The joy he once found in the game appeared to vanish with his father, replaced by a deep sadness that permeated his life and career. Number 8. Quaresma. Ricardo Quaresma's career is a curious mix of dazzling skill and unfulfilled potential. Once touted as even more gifted than Cristiano Ronaldo in the early 2000s, Quaresma possessed an undeniable technical mastery. He was a magician with the ball at his feet, capable of leaving defenders bewildered with his tricks and flicks. However, his brilliance was often overshadowed by inconsistency. Discipline, some argued, was his Achilles heel. Injuries also played a part in disrupting his momentum. While moments of magic were plentiful, he struggled to maintain the peak form that had many believing he would surpass Ronaldo. Number 7. Adnan Januzaj. Adnan Januzaj's career trajectory is a cautionary tale of unrealized potential. At Manchester United, he burst onto the scene with a dazzling debut season, earning comparisons to the legendary Ryan Giggs. His electric pace, audacious skill and eye for goal ignited excitement amongst United fans, who saw him as a natural heir to the club's attacking legacy. However, Januzaj's early promise proved deceptive. The arrival of a new manager in Louis van Gaal saw his playing time dwindle, and inconsistency began to creep into his game. Loan spells offered glimpses of his talent, but he never quite recaptured the magic of his debut season. By the time Jose Mourinho took the helm, Januzaj found himself deemed surplus to requirements. A move to Real Sociedad offered a chance for rejuvenation, and Januzaj did show signs of improvement in La Liga. However, his exclusion from the core group of Belgium's impressive 2018 World Cup squad served as a stark reminder of his unfulfilled potential at the international level. Number 6. Dele Alli. Dele Alli's inclusion in this list might surprise some, but his career trajectory certainly fits the bill of a player who seemingly vanished from the spotlight. His early years at Tottenham were electric. His audacious skill, eye for goal and creative spark were a major reason for the Spurs' rise as a top 4 contender. He was dubbed the golden boy of English football, a player destined for greatness. However, the narrative began to shift after the 2018 season. His form dipped, consistency became an issue, and injuries hampered his progress. The anticipation surrounding Ali's move to Everton was palpable, with many hoping it would serve as a fresh start for the talented midfielder. However, his time at Goodison Park failed to reignite his career as expected. Despite flashes of brilliance, Ali struggled to make a lasting impact, leaving fans frustrated and pundits questioning his future. A loan move to Turkish club Besiktas seemed like an opportunity for Ali to rediscover his form and confidence. However, his stint in Turkey failed to yield the desired results, with Ali failing to make the expected impact on the pitch. As the option to buy clause looms over his future, it appears increasingly unlikely that Besiktas will exercise it. Number 5. Federico Macheda. Federico Maceda's story is a classic case of wonder kid who couldn't quite sustain the early hype. He burst onto the scene for Manchester United in 2009 with a dramatic last-minute winner against Aston Villa, instantly becoming a fan favourite. His age at just 17 and the audacious nature of the goal fueled comparisons to club legends and dreams of a glittering future. However, Maceda's career never quite took off. The weight of expectation proved a heavy burden, and he struggled to replicate his debut heroics on a consistent basis. Loan spells to various clubs offered glimpses of his talent, but injuries and tactical misfits hampered his progress. He never quite found a permanent home at United, eventually leaving the club in 2014. The reasons for Maceda's decline are multifaceted. Some argue that the pressure of living up to the initial hype was simply too much for such a young player. Others point to a lack of tactical flexibility and the difficulty of breaking into a star-studded United side. Number 4. Riqui Puig. Riqui Puig's inclusion in this list might be a touch premature, but his story so far has all the hallmarks of a potential disappearance from the limelight. Emerging from Barcelona's famed La Masia Academy, Puig was hailed as the next great hope of the Catalan giants. His vision, passing range and close control drew comparisons to club legend Xavi Hernandez. However, Puig's path to stardom hasn't been smooth. Limited playing time under various managers left him frustrated and yearning for more opportunities. Loan spells were mooted, but ultimately never materialized. While injuries haven't been a major factor, a lack of tactical fit under some managers seemed to have restricted his development. The reasons for Puig's struggles are complex. Was it a clash of styles? Did the pressure of expectation at a club like Barcelona prove too much? Or is it simply a case of a young player waiting for his chance? Only time will tell how Puig's story unfolds. Number 3. Anderson. Anderson Luis de Abreu Oliveira, simply known as Anderson, is another interesting inclusion on this list. While his career trajectory may not be a complete disappearance, it's certainly a case of unfulfilled potential. He arrived at Manchester United in 2007 as a highly rated youngster, brimming with talent and promise. His technical skills, creativity, and eye for goal made him a fan favourite early on. The highlight of his United career was arguably the iconic 2008 Champions League final penalty against Chelsea. The departure of Sir Alex Ferguson in 2013 seemed to mark a turning point. Anderson found himself out of favour under new managers and eventually left for Internacional in 2015. Loan spells and stints in various leagues followed, but he never quite recaptured the magic of his early United days. Number 2. Heyy. Remembered for his dramatic extra-time winner in the 2016 European Championship final against France, Heyy etched his name in Portuguese football folklore. However, his career trajectory before and after that golden moment has been a curious mix of promise and inconsistency. Prior to the Euro triumph, Heyy was a journeyman striker, bouncing around various clubs without quite establishing himself as a star. While he possessed raw talent and a knack for scoring crucial goals, he struggled to find a permanent home and refine his skill set. The Euro 2016 final became his defining moment, a single strike that catapulted him into national hero status. However, replicating that level of performance proved difficult. Loan spells and moves to different leagues offered glimpses of his ability, but he never quite settled into a consistent role. Number 1. N'Golo Kante. N'Golo Kante at number 1 on a list of disappearing footballers might seem surprising at first glance. After all, the diminutive French midfielder remains a world-class talent and a fan favourite. However, there is some truth to the idea that injuries have hampered his ability to maintain the inhuman consistency that defined his peak years. Prior to the 2020-21 Champions League and the 2018 World Cup, Kante was already a decorated winner. His tireless work ethic, intelligent tackling and ability to disrupt play were legendary. But those two tournaments showcased him at his absolute best, a midfield metronome dictating the tempo and seemingly winning the ball everywhere on the pitch. Thanks for joining us on this journey through football's mysteries. Don't forget to subscribe for more captivating content.